Talking about servant leadership and how unpopular it is, I was reminded of that when I was a football coach. In fact, I think I learned more about servant leadership when I was a football coach than I learned in any other part of my life. The first year that I coached the varsity football team, I did the kind of military leadership, authority. I'm in charge, do what I say, blah, blah, blah. To be honest, that's how I'd been coached from the era when I was playing football. So then I shifted to the second classic form of leadership, which is charismatic leadership. Hey, let's all win, yeah, rah, rah, rah. Let's win for the club, win for the team, and give an exciting speech. Winston Churchill, woo, yeah. And then if they'd win, the dads, everyone who's watching and coming onto the field to listen, they'd give you what a great speech by Bruce. That is not servant leadership either. Pretty soon I realised as the years went on that what works is to make the players feel that they have done it. So, servant leadership, and we're playing in the grand final, the premiership game, and it's pretty tight, and I'd already saved up a few things to say, but I went round to each player and I sat next to them and I said to them, like, Fred, how's it going? He said, I'm not doing very well. What do you think the problem is? I knew what the problem was. He said, he kicks it with his left foot and I'm running to his right, or whatever it is. Then I'd say, mate, look, you're the vice captain. I think I've seen you turn it around before. I really think the guy's looking up to you. I honestly believe that your second half is going to be brilliant. And I'd go around and say that to a few players. And I actually didn't make a big Winston Churchill speech. Little bit at the end. Anyway, that particular game, we won. Champions. We're all singing around a club song and on the bus, go to here, there and everywhere, and end up back at the club celebration. And the beer is flowing and everyone's dancing. And one of the guys came up to me and this is exactly what servant leadership's about. Put his arm around me and he said, Bruce, we love you. We love you, mate. As a coach, we love you. But we're so good, Bruce. We're just so good. We'd have won without you. Oh, that's what servant leadership is supposed to achieve. But it hurt. But I realised that is exactly what servant leadership is about. You have to make people think they've done it. You're not seeking the glory. You are seeking to be a servant. I did get a little bit of recompense though, because about 30 years later we had a reunion. And I was a bit late. I was held up at the hospital. It was a Saturday lunchtime and I walked in and one of those guys left the group he was talking to and he came and put his finger on my chest and he said, I'm onto you. During the grand final that we're celebrating, you came and sat next to me and you said stuff to me and made me feel like $1 million. And I was 10 feet tall and played well in the second half. And I've been talking to these other guys and turns out you did the same thing for them. And we thought it was us. Brilliant, but we're onto you. And normally, of course, in servant leadership, you don't get that feedback. That's not the point. But that was actually nice feedback to get. But the point is servant leadership can hurt and you certainly won't get the glory for things you've done. And if you don't, you will have succeeded. But it's not popular.